Welcome to RV Kitchen, and honey, the weatherman is calling for a storm. There's just something about when the weather starts to turn that I want a good comforting meal. I love being in the kitchen while it's raining. So with all the other chores done, honey, let's head on into the RV kitchen and get going. Now, for tonight's dinner, the hubby and I were craving hamburger steak dinner. But you know my rule, baby. We gotta make it cheap, easy, and delicious. Heavy on the easy tonight. In a good frying pan, honey, you're going to add in about a tablespoon of oil, and I've got one onion that I have just cut in half, and then I've sliced that as thin as I can, and then we're just going to toss that until it gets a good color on it. Now, the trick to caramelizing onions, honey, is a little bit of a low and slow process. You just don't want all that natural sugar to burn. Once those are done, you just remove them, add them into a little bowl, and set them to the side, and then we're going to toss in a little bit of oil, and then some Brussels sprouts that I have washed and cut right in half. Now, I like a good sear on mine, and so does the hubby. That's the way he likes his vegetables. And then, honey, you can just season them up with however you want. Just a little lemon pepper, some salt, garlic powder, onion powder, maybe even some fresh garlic or jarlic if you got it, a teaspoon will do ya. About a tablespoon of butter, and then, honey, at the end, you want to hit it with some fresh lemon juice. Now, if you don't have fresh lemon juice, well, I'll tell you a little trick. Rice wine vinegar will do the same job. You just want to hold back to about a teaspoon there because it'll do you. I like to add that at the end. It just brightens up the dish and keeps the freshness rolling. Now let's get to the hamburger steak. Now, instead of doing all these patties up and frying them and setting them to the side and making the gravy and tossing them back in, honey, I'm just going to throw this into one big loaf. That's right. We are having ourselves a hamburger steak meatloaf tonight. With 1 pound of ground beef and 1 pound of ground turkey, I'm going to add in about a tablespoon of some fresh garlic. I've got rosemary in there, about a teaspoon, some garlic powder, onion powder, and Montreal steak seasoning. That'll play on with the hamburger steak flavors there. And of course, baby, don't forget that parsley because greenery is always nice. Now, using your strong hand, you're going to beat up 1 egg and set that to the side. And, honey, you can always use crackers or bread or whatever you want for the filling, but I'm going to go with these crispy onion toppings because I've got a sale on them, and, baby, we need to use them on up. Plus, how bad could those be in there? Now, unfortunately, I was out of milk, but that's okay because we're not going to worry about it. About 1/8 a cup of sour cream to 1/4 to 1/2 a cup of water will do you just fine. And then after I have crushed up all those crunchy onion toppings, we're going to go ahead and dump all of that into that mixture. And give it a stir, and then, honey, trust the process is going to coat it, and it's going to be perfect. Normally in a meatloaf, you would let the crackers or bread soak up some of that milk, and then you add that in. But, honey, trust me, this is a great way for substitution. Now, with the best tools in the kitchen, take your clean hands, and you're going to make a loaf, and then pop that into an oven-safe dish, and then, baby, we're going to rock that out for about 45 minutes to an hour at 350. Just in time, honey, because the rain is here. Nothing like the sound of the rain falling and the smell of a good old meatloaf cooking. Speaking of, honey, let's get that baby together. Ooh, she came out real nice. And let me tell you, honey, it's a lot cleaner than standing over the stove making up all those patties. Now, the way I recommend serving this bad boy on up is get you a nice slice and mound it right up over some mashed potatoes. And then, honey, of course, don't forget your brown gravy. Feel free to make homemade, but, honey, there's nothing wrong with a good old pat gravy mix. And then you're going to take and just mound up those Brussels sprouts to the side. And don't forget your little onions that you work so hard on. Well, honey, I tell you just can't ask for a better dinner on a stormy night. Now, baby, while I get you a good old bite here, don't forget to comment down below and hit that heart button. Now open up, because the next time I see you, we'll be back at the RV kitchen. Don't forget your Brussels sprouts now, y'all.